The Stamp Act of 1765, colonial protests intensified, which formed the First Continental Congress. It proclaimed the colonies' right to be free, where soldiers endured severe cold. With the American victory, it was a battle for ideas. The American Revolution was a transformative event that turned Britain's 13 American colonies into an independent nation. Initially sparked by growing tensions over taxes and governance, it evolved into a full-scale war for independence and a new vision of liberty and self-rule. Into the mid-1700s, Britain imposed several taxes on its colonies to recover debts from the French and Indian War.
The Stamp Act of 1765 and the Townshend Acts of 1767 placed taxes on everyday goods without giving the colonies any representation in British Parliament. The slogan, "No taxation without representation," became the voice of colonial discontent.
Colonial protests intensified, led by figures such as Samuel Adams. The Boston Massacre in 1770, when British soldiers killed 5 colonists, and the Boston Tea Party in 1773, where colonists dumped British tea into Boston Harbor in defiance of the Tea Act, escalated tensions. Britain responded with the Coercive Acts, punishing Massachusetts and tightening control. However, these measures only unified the colonies, which formed the First Continental Congress in 1774 to organize resistance. In April 1775, violence erupted at Lexington and Concord, marking the start of the American Revolution. The Second Continental Congress soon followed, and George Washington was appointed to lead the Continental Army. Despite facing a stronger, well-trained British army, the colonists were determined to fight for their rights. The Battle of Bunker Hill in 1775, though a British victory, proved the colonists could hold their own. On July 4, 1776, the Continental Congress adopted the Declaration of Independence, drafted by Thomas Jefferson. It proclaimed the colonies' right to be free and listed grievances against King George III, establishing that all men are created equal, with the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The war was far from easy. The Continental Army faced many hardships, especially during the harsh winter at Valley Forge in 1777 to 1778, where soldiers endured severe cold and hunger. However, training from Baron von Steuben, a Prussian officer, helped transform Washington's army into a more effective fighting force. The tide began to turn in 1777 with the American victory at the Battle of Saratoga. This key win convinced France to join the war on the American side, providing critical military aid and financial support. With French assistance, the colonists gained significant momentum. In 1781, the war came to a decisive end at Yorktown, Virginia. British General Lord Cornwallis was trapped by American and French forces and ultimately surrendered. This victory effectively ended the conflict. In 1783, the Treaty of Paris officially recognized the United States as an independent nation, marking the conclusion of the Revolution. The American Revolution was more than a war for independence. It was a battle for ideas that would inspire future movements for freedom and democracy worldwide. It laid the foundation for a nation built on liberty, self-governance,
and the belief that all people have the right to determine their own future.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like, share, and subscribe to History Portal for more historical stories.